Greetings, family, and welcome back to our next game in the $1 series. This game is normally $19.99. It is right now on sale for $1.99. This is Joe Devers Lone Wolf Console Edition. It looked really interesting, actually. So let's get into it. Press X to get closer to the book. Alright, let's see if we can just change the audio settings. I just don't want it too loud. That's probably about good, I think. Maybe. Do we have subtitles? Change font, change language, display tooltips, display damage. Extra, well, let's just go to write your story. New game. Enemies are balanced. They cannot attack you when a radial menu is opened. You will get special items. Yeah, we'll go with normal. You are Lone Wolf. Your life is not an ordinary one. You assess and counter all challenges with... Ooh, okay. Multiple choice. Your multiple choice menu lets you choose your path and write your own story. Pay attention on what you decide. Your actions shape the world around you. Select each icon with the left stick to display its description, then confirm your choice with the confirm command. Alright. You always prefer a straightforward and decisive approach, although it is often reckless. You rely on your dexterity and intuition to overcome any obstacle. You carefully assess the details of any situation before attempting to overcome an obstacle. So we got strength, dex, and I'm not sure what stat that would be. So let's go with the interesting one. I don't know what this is. You counter all your challenges with intelligence. Well, okay, yeah. When you say it like that, it's obvious. Many of the battles you have fought in defense of Sommerlund, wielding your... Make your choice. Swords generally do not inflict high damage, but they are easy and quick to use. Axes are balanced weapon regarding damage and speed. Maces are heavy, crushing weapons. They are slow to use, but inflict high damage. Normally I go with a bonk build, but when I go with a bonk build, it would be like... a greatsword, not a mace, so we're just gonna go with swords. Wielding your sword, you're more than a gifted warrior. You possess special Kai disciplines that give you mastery of. Make your choice. Healing restores your health and improves your meditation skills, or survival combines the skills of master, tracker, hunter, and explorer. I mean, healing's nice, but this seems to give more. So we're gonna go with that one. Mind Blast and Mind Shield transform your mind into a powerful psychic weapon and psionic shield. Mind over Matter lets you manipulate objects in your immediate environment. That sounds cool. Animal Kinship enables you to communicate with and influence most animals. You are able to perform extraordinary martial feats due to your mastery of weapon skill. I like animals. Camouflage enables you to blend into your surroundings, enhancing your stealth and secrecy. Your sixth sense enhances your natural intuition, helping you to identify and counter unseen dangers. Well, less dangerous if I don't get seen. You possess special Kai disciplines that give you mastery of survival, mind over matter, animal kinship, and camouflage for Sommerlund and the Kai. Okay. So far, pretty cool. Is this your story? Is this your past? Yes, it is. This shows promise.
For many centuries, the Kai Lords defended their kingdom of Sommerlund from the Dark Lords of Helgedad. Many battles were fought and won by the Kai, but finally came their demise. 3 years ago, the monastery of your warrior order was attacked by the armies of the Dark Lords. The Kai were destroyed. You were the only one who survived the final battle. All seemed lost, but you retrieved the Somersword, the one weapon that can slay a Dark Lord of Helgadad. You slew Zagana, the Dark Lord leader, and saved your kingdom from destruction. Now, the lesser Dark Lords hunger to take their revenge. It falls to you, the last Kai Lord of Sommerland, to crush their evil schemes once more.
I am not the hero they asked for, but the hero they need. They might have asked me, I don't know. Blood on the Snow, Chapter 1. Turn the pages. You can turn the pages using the confirm command on the arrows in the book. You can also go back to any previous chapter. Okay. Okay. You are Lone Wolf, the last of the Kai Lords and sole survivor of a massacre that destroyed your elite warrior order. You would prefer not to be where you find yourself now, in a narrow mountain pass, blanketed with crisp snow, flanked by shadowy timberlands where icy winds whistle through the branches and chill you to the bone. You would prefer not to be here, but duty has called you to this remote part of your domain. You are the Friarl of this territory, and you are responsible for the safety and security of the hardy Summerlanding folk who live and prosper in this harsh mountainous borderland. Alright, Mountain Pass. So you can look around, I guess. Cool. You have received a disturbing report of enemy activity around the mining village of Rockstarn, and all communication with the village has ceased. Fearful that the settlement may have been attacked by Gyaks and other Darklands raiders, you have come here to assess for yourself the true situation. After a seemingly endless trek through snow and ice, you have almost reached your destination. Your horse becomes increasingly nervous as you approach the outskirts of the mining settlement. We're very edgy. The smell of wood smoke is being carried along on the chill air, and its acrid aroma unsettles you both. This is not the reassuring smell of smoke that arises from hearth or furnace in the depths of winter. This is the smell of wanton destruction. Your heart sinks. You have journeyed here as quickly as the harsh weather would permit, but despite your valiant effort, you may have arrived too late. Make your choice. Use your Kai survival abilities to understand. You decide to be careful and proceed on foot. You don't want to waste any more time. I think survival abilities to understand what happened. You can detect the remnants of many footprints in the snowy ground. These prints are more than a day old, and all have since... Oh, there we go. Been covered by fresh snowfall. Yet your Kai senses detect that they were made by enemy scouts, Gyaks most likely. If a Darklands war party is operating in this area, they may have placed traps along the trail ahead to ensnare the unwary. It is an old Gyak tactic, and one that you have no intention of falling foul of. The forest clings to the steep mountainside on both sides of the trail. The ground here is very difficult to traverse on foot and impossible on horseback. It comprises jagged rock and loose shale, interspersed with treacherously deep and narrow fissures, and they are all covered by a blanket of ice and snow. It will be a very difficult route to take, but if you were to always keep the trail in sight, it would be a sure way to reach Rockstarn. You dismount and pat your horse's head reassuringly. Then you retrieve your equipment and personal items from the saddlebag. The horse senses that you must leave him now and go ahead alone. He neighs, softly yet sadly. Goodbye, friend. Fear not, dear friend. You have fulfilled your duty with courage. Now you must return alone to the monastery where you will be safe. Go as fast as you are able. We shall be reunited there before too long. Your horse lowers his head and affectionately nuzzles your shoulder. He unquestioningly love and loyalty warms your heart. With a last pat of his forehead, you send him on his way, back along the track and the mountain road that leads to the Kai Monastery. You watch him go until he is lost among the trees. Then you steel your nerves and resolve to reach Rockstarn as quickly as you can, on foot. Fortunately, you happen upon the remains of an old border ranger track, and you are able to follow it all the way towards Rockstarn with relative ease. You tackle the difficult ascent with dexterity until you find that the way ahead is blocked by a vast wall of snow. This obstruction is the result of an avalanche that swept down the mountainside a few days earlier, carrying with it many trees and loose boulders. The village of Rockstarn lies beyond this great wall of snow and shattered timber. Make your choice. Alright. It's going to be dangerous, but you decide to climb over the avalanche. Through animal kinship, you commune with the wild looking for help. You feel there must be a way to clear the snow itself from the path. Okay, so I don't think there's a way to clear the snow. That might be our best option. I don't want to use the kinship because the little bar popped up and I'm worried that it's not something I can just continuously use. But climbing over it seems really dangerous, so maybe we'll try this and see if it works. Push the object. Okay, action event. Making a decision through the multiple choice menu may trigger an action event. Be ready for anything, or face the consequences. In order to perform a charge action event correctly, repeatedly press the correct command to charge the central circle until it's filled. If you don't fill the circle in time, it will disappear. Alright. Alright, that's not too bad. You examine the wall of snow and discover that a large section is being held in place by a boulder perched precariously on the edge of a steep decline. If you were able to dislodge this boulder, the snowy wall of this section would collapse. It would create a gap through which you could pass to the far side without having to make the treacherous ascent to the summit of the avalanche debris. You scour the surrounding trees, looking for a solid branch that you can use as a lever. Fortunately, you discover an ideal bough, strong and straight, and set to work fixing it in place behind the boulder. With all your strength, you pull on the end of the stout branch and feel the boulder start to move. There's a loud noise, like the rumble of thunder, and suddenly the boulder falls away into the decline, and the snow behind collapses, burying you completely. Fearing suffocation, you struggle to free yourself from the grip of this crushing white prison. After what seems like an eternity, you break through to the surface and gulp down lungfuls of cold, fresh air. You came close to being suffocated to death, and this near-death experience leaves you feeling shocked and acutely aware of your mortality. As you regain your composure, you see that the way ahead is now clear. A V-shaped cleft has appeared where the snow wall has collapsed. You traverse the gap in the avalanche, but you are brought to a halt by something black and metallic protruding from the snow. It is the hilt of a sword. From its crude shape and black metal pommel, you deduce that it is a Gyak sword. With your hands, you scoop away the snow from around the sword's blade, and you make a gruesome discovery. The tip of this Gyak weapon is embedded in the frozen chest of a little boy, 7 years old at most. You bite back your feelings of anger and revulsion. Carefully, you remove the caked snow from the child's brown hair, from his head, and from the fragile shoulders of this innocent victim. You are filled with a great sadness when you see the look of sheer horror that is frozen, literally, on this tender young face. A small pendant hangs around the child's neck. It is made of some lending gold, and there is a name inscribed on it. Sarek. You retrieve this pendant and put it safely in your backpack. Then you cover the dead boy's body with snow and say a prayer to Goddess Ishir to keep his spirit safe from the forces of darkness. You salute the boy's icy burial mound and pass through the gap in the snow wall to the far side. You are now less than a mile from Rockstarn. Beyond the gap in the avalanche wall, you find the village trail. It is open and clear of obstructions. You start to run along the trail, mindful that you have lost too much time already. You follow the road as it snakes gently through the high timberland, and it is not long before you see the path straighten as it approaches the entrance to Rockstarn. A whirling gray spire of smoke is rising into the cloudy sky above this ravaged settlement. It is being carried along by the icy breeze that whips and howls through the main street. A rustling sound makes you freeze in mid-step. Slowly you turn to face the sound. You see a pair of hooded amber eyes staring at you from the cover of the snowy foliage. There are the eyes of a wolf, an old male with a distinctive patch of white fur in the center of his forehead. You sense that the rest of his pack is close by. The wolf pack leader nuzzles his way through the foliage and approaches you. I like the art style a lot. Like, it's really cool that the pictures move. I don't know, I just really like the art style. I didn't expect it to be a whole novel, though. His thick gray body fur is highlighted with gold-colored hairs that ripple and gleam as he draws closer. He is a powerful hunter, yet you have no need to be afraid of him. With a narrowing of his wise eyes, he warns you that a great danger lies ahead. Yes, my friend, you murmur quietly. Yet face this danger I must. Here are my people. They are my pack. I am their leader, and I must protect them. Okay. Something's happening on the map. World map. The world map lets you decide which narrative section to unlock next. Pay attention when you choose. Some decisions can't be undone. It also lets you access the merchants you have unlocked. The world map can be accessed from the tome interface. Okay. Meditation is the skill that Lone Wolf uses to rest and recover, vitality points, endurance, and Kai power. You can meditate only before leaving your current location, before triggering a new narrative section. If you are ambushed while meditating, you'll start the combat session with your Kai powers on cooldown. While moving on the map or during meditation, there's a chance that you will trigger a random encounter. Okay. So, I'm gonna meditate because I think I used Kai power and that's probably good to get back. Meditation. You don't sense immediate dangers. This is a safe place to meditate. You meditate. Alright, that is what I told it to do. You feel fully rested. Sweet. Okay, so now we go... Oh, it's kind of... There we go. To the village gate. Do you want to write your story from here? Yeah, it's literally the only place I can. The village of Rockstarn was once a thriving and vibrant mining community, nestling among the slopes on the surrounding mountains. Life here on the border with the Darklands is harsh, yet the villagers of Rockstarn are a hardy and industrious community. They are fiercely loyal to you, their liege lord, and to King Ulnar and Summerland. Now Rockstarn lies silent and smoldering. The noise of its steam engines and its armory no longer echoes among the high peaks. Cautiously, you approach the entrance to the village. It is eerily quiet. The smell of wood smoke that you detected from a distance is now heavy with the cloying stench of death. You stare unblinkingly at the horrific scene that greets you. The blood-soaked and lifeless bodies of villagers lie strewn about the streets. Many were cut down as they fled, while others died fighting desperately to protect their loved ones and their homes. Recent snowfall has covered the slain with a thin white shroud, sparing you the unsettling sight of their gaping frozen wounds. All around, several shops and dwellings have been badly burned or completely destroyed by fire. There are too many victims hereabouts for you to gather their bodies and give them a decent burial, as is the customary practice in Summerland. The terrible price that has been paid by the villagers of Rockstarn, partly as a consequence of your late arrival, weighs heavily on your heart. You close your eyes, raise your face to the cloudy sky, and make a silent plea to Goddess Ishir to gather and protect the souls of the slain. You open your eyes and advance along the main street, your nerves as taut as wound steel wires. Then you hear something. It is the sound of bare feet on fresh snow. It is followed by the rattle of loose armor and a gurgling growl that sets your pulse racing. It is a Gyak. Okay, Okak Tag Jantnek. It drools through its sharp, uneven teeth. You recognize the foul Gyak language and know enough of it to translate the creature's chilling utterance. I bring you a slow death. Your fears are confirmed by the presence of this hateful Gyak. Rockstarn has been attacked by a Gyak raiding party. The creature stalking towards you is only one of many now occupying the village. The Gyak closes in and defiantly you stand your ground. You can expect to receive no mercy from this creature, and you will give none in return. Woo! Fight scene! Ooh, that's a nice little music change. Alright, so that's a Gyak, I guess. Kind of looks like a weird goblin. Action buttons! Summerland... Sommersword. I'm gonna sing my Sommersword. Melee techniques, Kai powers, ranged weapon. Okay. When the action buttons appear near Lone Wolf's body, it means that it is your turn to strike. Each button grants access to a specific class of abilities according to its position and look. Oh boy, okay. Tactical time bar. During your turn, make your choices before the yellow bar empties. You won't be able to attack or use consumables before the bar is completely refilled. Okay. This holy weapon grants you... Oh, it's the Sommersword. This holy weapon grants you the ability of performing devastating fighting techniques. Because of its magical origin, in order to wield it, you will need Kai power instead of endurance. A single cooldown is shared by all Sommersword attacks. Okay. Main hand abilities, quick strike, heavy attack, combined attack. You can perform 3 main combat techniques with this weapon you wield in your main hand. A quick strike that is difficult to dodge, or a parry. A heavy blow that is slower but deals more damage, and a lethal combination of attacks. When a melee weapon is wielded in the offhand, it also makes special combat abilities available in the circle menu. These abilities add a further layer of strategy to the battles. Try them all and define your fighting style. The green bar represents your endurance, which is the resource you use to perform physical actions, including all melee combat techniques and offensive action events. It's a lot of learning. Okay. He got 2. That seems fair. Oh, geez. Okay. Oh my goodness. Directional event. In order to perform a directional action event correctly, perform the suggested movement with the left stick. If you fail, the arrow will disappear. Oh boy, okay. Did I do it? Oh, I did it that time. Okay. I guess I just get to keep attacking? I can't do that. Okay. Precision event. In order to perform a precision action event correctly, wait for the external outline to touch the central circle. When the circle glows, press the correct command. If you fail, the circle disappears. Okay. Not bad. This is kind of a cool combat style. A little complicated to like just read a big tutorial like that, but I like it. I'll just go heavy again. You can perform an action event even if you have no endurance, but beware, you will lose vitality doing so. The endurance bar refills automatically during a fight. Okay. That's fine. I can take a little bit of health. That's fine. Some attacks can cause altered status to both enemies and Lone Wolf. Each status has different characteristics, and some of them can be cured by elixirs. Oh, geez. Okay. Causes physical damage over time. Fire holy damage. Poison. Target is stunned and unable to act. Target is unable to perform melee and ranged attacks. Okay, that's a lot. Oh, geez. There's more. Target receives more physical damage. Target is unable to dodge or parry and has less time to act. Each action requires a greater effort to perform. Target deals more damage but is unable to dodge or parry. Lone Wolf's Kai disciplines are temporarily disabled. Lone Wolf's vitality, Kai power, and endurance are reduced by half until the end of the current fight. Lone Wolf is temporarily incapacitated and cannot act. For a limited time, the enemy can't attack with the main hand weapon. Causes physical damage over time that increases progressively. When this debuff is active, Lone Wolf has limited time to defeat his enemy. Endurance automatic regeneration is temporarily halted. That is a lot to take in. Okay, let's do this. Charged event. Yeah, same thing. Press a button till it's fully charged. Ooh, our eyes are glowing. Our blade is glowing. Get wrecked. That was a lot of damage. I like that. Unstoppable. We are the Lone Wolf. That's a cool little turn-based combat system. I don't mind it. The graphics are pretty decent. But it's a lot of reading. Like we are reading a literal novel, which is fine. I don't mind. Oh, book interface. The red bar represents your vitality, blue one Kai, green one endurance. Each of these icons lets you access different sections of the book. Okay. Remember to put your belt to good use. Place potions or other items in its slots and access them while fighting. Choose wisely, since you won't be able to open your inventory during a combat session. Additional belt slots can be unlocked by upgrading your Kai armor. Okay, cool. Can we save from here, maybe? Let's see. No. So when does it save? I don't see anything on saving. Character sheet. Map. We got a note in the journal, though. Additional information about your mission and the world around you, together with quest items. Yep. Summer Sword. 3 years ago, you received the Sword of the Sun after a perilous quest. Summerland had been invaded by the forces of Dark Lord Zagama, and you returned home in time to slay him. Go us. Sarek's pendant and sly knife. Codex. Information about the story. Progressively, you will unlock new content, so be sure to come back and check. Okay, that's cool. Oh, we have a treasure here. I like treasure. I like loot. I mean, we might as well take all. I don't know why we wouldn't. So maybe we can save now. What's this? Oh, it's a full map. I really do like the art style of this. It's very pretty. Oops, I did not mean to click that. That's what you get for goldfish brain. Yeah, I don't see any save. Maybe you have to do the whole chapter. That would be a lot, though, it seems. Well, I guess if you're sitting down and playing, like, a decent amount, it wouldn't be too bad. I don't know. I really like this game. But I like story games. It is a lot of reading, but it seems well written. I do like the combat system, and I'm sure combat would come more frequently as you go along. And as I've said, the art style is really pretty. I don't know, I really like the feel of it kind of being like a book. I don't know, all around I think this is a pretty solid choice. Now again, normally it's $20. But I don't know how long the game is, obviously. But if you could get a bunch of hours out of this, like if this is a long game and you're into like narrative type games with elements of action, this is perfect. Again, though, like I don't know how long it is, so. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, whatever it is for you. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, comment below and let me know. And I will see you all in the next one.